Good afternoon once again, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the 15th round of PRL in Singapore. We maintained the fastest lap of everyone on super softs, but unfortunately 4 ultra soft runners did beat us in qualifying, so we'll be starting in P5 here. Hopefully, however, we'll be able to one stop and they will all 2 stop. Schwartz on pole and Dubsy in second place both had a warning on their fastest laps. The next 3 on the grid did not, including myself, but that's as far as I checked. We're moving on to the race now. The lights are on. Let's hope for a good start. And gee, talking of good starts, Dubsy there, who rejoined during qualifying, must have had that glitch where it lets you go at a different time, and he has rocketed into the lead. We have Gordau and Murph next to us here, and oh, Murph has come across us. We're around and into the wall. We have damage to the front left end plate, can't find reverse, and we're down into last. What could have been a very important round for us to gain points on Mystic and Dahi, who aren't attending this race, has turned into a horror at the start. Talking of horrors, Hootius is having a horrible hairpin there. A couple of cars pitted and we're up into P14. Centreboy with a very taily moment there onto the Raffles Boulevard. We both have DRS, but we're gaining on the Williams driver. Can we make a manoeuvre down here? Yes, we've outbraked him and slotted into P13. Now we have the 2 Haas drivers in front of us, Bubba and Brian. Brian has gone very wide on the exit there of the hairpin, and we might have a run here towards this next right-hander. We'll have to go around the outside. We've outbraked him, and looks like we've swooped around the outside. And next target is Bubba. Before we can go after him though, we've got Brian to worry about. He dives on the inside there at the end of the boulevard. Doesn't quite make it stick though. But here's Bubba, his teammate, and we have a good helping of DRS here on him. But he's going to hold it around the outside. Very impressive defensive driving by the American. However, his impressive driving didn't quite last, because at the hairpin he went very wide, and with good traction out of the hairpin we got up into P11. It was quite depressing to see cars coming out of the pit lane in front of us having not pitted ourselves yet, and that was Aaron having trouble staying within the blend line. And we're up into P10. However, the Ferrari would come charging down our inside with DRS and fresh tyres, fresh softs in his case. We were able to do nothing about it. We tried to come back at him, but with that grip, especially with the damage I have, his car was in a better state to fight at this stage, and through he went, demoting us out of the points once again. There will be a collision though between Murph and him later in the lap, so P9 was ours for that point. In fact, we move up to P6 with other cars pitting. We still haven't pitted ourselves yet, of course. And then Aaron would come back through, although go a bit deep under brakes. And oh, there was a bit of contact there. Hopefully he didn't lose any of his wing. That's Ninja leaving the session, but his car is over in the wall there, having retired. So that's another free position for us, and positive for our points. DS Sedman's coming out of the pits there, and we're going to have to pit very soon, but he's behind us for this stage of the race. And he's very attacking, obviously, wanting to get further up. Maybe there's a battle with someone for the podium up front, and through he comes at the start of lap 15 at the first turn. We almost ran to the back of him there, due to having different lines. We pit at the end of that lap, as does HSV in the Sauber, you can see in front. We have to change our wing though, so he does manage to overtake us in the pit phase. Here he is now. We've caught up a little bit. I think we came about 3 seconds behind. And I think he's letting us through there, to be honest, because I don't think he would brake that early usually. There's the SZ man again coming out right behind us. This time we have X-Man in front, who's also made his final pit stop. So this is a race for the podium, in fact, between the 3 of us, all on different compounds, and one of them very fresh ultras, and that is DSZ man behind us. He might try for a manoeuvre around the outside here. That would be very optimistic, and he's trying it though. We've of course had a lot of collisions between the 2 of us this season. Thankfully, we were able to race a bit cleaner this time. There was some contact. That's a pretty good move, I have to say, by the Renault driver to get around the outside there. I was defending quite hard, but there was nothing I could do with the grip he had. I almost ran to the back of him there. That was very close, but now he was all over the back of the Mercedes, trying to get onto that last lap of the podium. and it looks like he might be able to manage it down here. Had a very good view of this battle, and yes, he does. X-Man went for the over and under, couldn't quite affect it, and that's given us an opportunity to go down the inside here. That was quite lucky because it was quite difficult for me to pass the Mercedes in the DRS zone because he had very low wings. We would follow the Renault to the checkered flag, unable to pass him, but I had a penalty anyway. And I was quite happy to take 12 points away from this race, which could have gone far worse for me. Congratulations to Dubsy on winning a second race in a row, and Schwartz on P2. See you guys next time for the Malaysian Grand Prix.